Hey everybody, Polius here with my good friend Avi. Say hi, buddy.
Hi guys,
We are.
nice to be.
Avi is kind of my magic mentor. He is my Gandalf and my Dumbledore. So he's gonna. I'm terrible at drafting, so he's gonna help me with some more of the Spark draft.
I'd
Oh,
love to.
oh, I think this is a pretty good first pull.
All right, so um, I'd like to talk just a little bit about War of the Spark draft and how it differs from other drafts.
Yeah, go
If
for
that's
it.
all right.
By all means.
So War of the Spark draft is really interesting. The set as a whole is very powerful. The power level is extremely high across the board, from the rares to the commons to the uncommons, and that makes that, in addition to the fact that there are planeswalkers everywhere, makes for a very strange format that can be difficult to get used to. Some things to note about the format are that the rares are truly disgusting. The rares in this format are some of the best rares that draft has ever seen. Obviously, they can't compare to true, goats, right? Like Pack Rat, but there's no pack rat equivalent in this set. But these matches will be more or less decided by bombs. Um, that is extremely true for sealed. It's slightly less true for draft, but the fact of the matter remains that there's a lot of powerful cards and you can't really prepare for everything.
Yeah, I lost my last game to someone had Nicol Bolas and Spark
Oof,
Double.
goodness, yeah, that's kind of a pretty crazy one-two punch. But even something like Awakening of the Vitu-Ghazi is just going to blow someone out.
So,
In terms of the planeswalkers, the fact that there are planeswalkers everywhere means that the format is a little different than what most people are used to. Because planeswalkers are just going to sit there and gain value, especially the rare ones, you really need to have a proactive plan of dealing with them. Even the most passive deck needs to have some sort of pressure on the board. Otherwise, planeswalkers are just going to overwhelm you.
so we're talking like this flyer right here.
Right. So Trusted Pegasus is probably one of the best white commons in this set. For that reason, it gives evasion, it has evasion itself, and can pressure planeswalkers. This is a really great format to point to when you want to teach someone that life doesn't matter until you're at zero. This is a format where I would happily trade life points for army tokens, banking on the fact that they're going to get bigger and be able to pressure planeswalkers later. This is really an attrition based format where rushing down your opponent's life total matters less than having a good board state, and maintaining consistent pressure is key. Yeah, that's what I want to say about the format. Quick thing, the format's fairly new, so I can't say that I know all of the draft archetypes yet. So this is going to be kind of a learning experience for me, as well as Joey. Um,
Yep.
I've done a bunch of drafts before, but still learning. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm very excited. So Joey, what do you think of this pack?
I think V2 is kind of the big pick here. An instant 9/9 that can eat
Yeah.
someone's big attacker. Otherwise, Trusted Pegasus because it's pressure. This card's actually kind of scary.
Mhm.
Um,
I
but
think you're I think you're right on the money. I think your assessment is pretty much correct. Awakening the V2 Gazi is definitely the pick here. It is a 9/9 with
for five.
flash for 6. And when you get the opportunity to just completely blow out your opponent's biggest attacker and then crack back for truly absurd amounts of damage, it's just impossible to say no to. Other cards that I would look at in the pack are Domri's Ambush.
Yeah,
Domri's Ambush is extremely powerful.
this other thing is removal in this set is kind of bonkers.
Right, exactly. And it's worth noting that it's not a fight card.
It's just
It will
damage.
deal damage. Exactly, exactly. So this is pretty much just a kill spell if you have a large or medium creature in play.
Hey, what's
It's also worth noting with the V2 Gazis that there's a lot of proliferate in this set, so it's very possible that it won't remain a 9/9 for long.
yeah? But it's also equally possible that it will die.
For sure, for sure. One of the things with the set is that there's very little instant speed removal. Most of the removal that can kill big things is at sorcery speed, which is one of the reasons why Awakening of the Vitu-Ghazi is so powerful, because you know you're going to get a hit in, more or less.
Right.
Yeah, I think you've got it. The Pegasus is the best common, probably.
I saw this Dovin and instantly was thinking Kaladesh for some reason. Like, aha, that guy's really good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's an interesting one. I was speaking before about how you really want to have pressure. Um, he doesn't pressure your opponents, but if you have a sort of specific build going, he can be very powerful in certain archetypes. I don't think I would necessarily take him here off the back of Awakening of the Vitu-Ghazi, but he is quite, he is not bad.
Well, and for the first pack, you generally just want to pick the good stuff.
Right.
For the first rotation.
We will be reading these packs as signals to try and see what colors are open. Essentially.
Godpharaoh's statue is cute, but
Yeah, this is a pretty slow format, but Godpharaoh's statue, I just don't think it does a whole lot.
I think if you've already got, say, Ujin, then Godpharaoh's statue is probably a good value pick. Because
Sure.
that ability for 4, fine.
I mean, the ability is good for 4, but I would pass it up for Callous Dismissal or Tidebearer Giant or Gateway Plaza.
Right. Yeah, Gateway Plaza's good. I actually like Aid the Fallen.
Mm-hmm. I don't. Yeah, I mean, these are all pretty reasonable. Like the commons in this pack are all pretty reasonable. I really like Callous Dismissal. It's a very good tempo play. It makes a 1/1 and bounces.
All right, where are you seeing that? Because
Callous Dismissal is right next to Aid the Fallen.
Oh, I am absolutely blind.
So I actually happen to like that spell quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a really good tempo play. I found that Tidebearer Giant is actually pretty reasonable too. These games tend to go long. This is a very grindy format. Putting a 4/5 into play and drawing and that essentially cycles itself is nice. Alternatively, Crawl Stinger is good for gumming up the ground.
Yeah. There is a fair amount of first strike in this set.
There is. I think our picks here are between Callous Dismissal, Crawl Stinger, Gateway Plaza, and Tidebearer Giant. I think they're all pretty reasonable speculative picks. Gateway Plaza is probably the best one because we know we're going to use it in most decks that we build.
All right, let's go Gateway Plaza.
Let's just see what the deal is.
Oh, that's such a cool card.
I really like the Wanderer. She can totally seal up some matchups, and there are some matchups that she's less good in, but I found that on average she's been pretty powerful. Mayhem Devil's awesome, but it doesn't go with the Vitu-Ghazi, and the Vitu-Ghazi is powerful enough that I am hesitant to really pick it. I've actually found that the Spider has been very good for me.
Oh yeah, deal with some of those flyers.
Yeah, 3/3 reach for 2 is very strong. For me, this is between the Wanderer or Snare Spinner.
I'm a fan of the Wanderer, and it's removal.
Yeah, I'm in for it.
All right, let's go.
I speak softly, but I carry it.
It's a speculative pick, obviously.
Oh, and speaking of good speculative picks.
Yeah, Casmania is good. Challenger Troll's also kind of absurd. I would probably take the Troll here.
I think so.
The red-green Rebel Belt Raiders, Rebel Belt Rioters, is extremely powerful and probably a pretty good signal. I would still take the Challenger Troll over it, but I think we should start looking at possible, red-green being open.
Yeah. All right, let's take the Troll though, because we want big things.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy.
Evolution Sage is pretty busted.
Yeah, this card is. So we have a mutual friend who runs a Lord Windgrace EDH deck.
Ooh.
And
nice.
This card is probably going to go in that deck.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, the card's great. You do need things to proliferate, obviously. That's a little harder to do in green-white as opposed to the colors that make armies consistently.
That's true, but I could always splash green or splash for the white and get others.
For
other
sure. No,
colors.
we're definitely taking it here. We're definitely taking it here. But
Oh come on, really?
a second wander is pretty cool. I think I would actually take Chandra's Pyrohelix here. It's cheap removal. I'm getting the sense that either green-red... I'm getting the sense that either green-red or green-white is open, and I like to hedge my bets. Although I guess you could take the Wanderer here.
Can I just say though, this card art breaks my heart.
I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
Rising Populace. It's just
Yeah.
them holding the pictures of the people who died.
Oh,
it
yeah,
just
that is
breaks
kind of
my heart.
tragic. Yeah, you can take the Wanderer.
Well,
I'm just-
I'm inclined to agree with you about Chandra's Pyrohelix.
Yeah, as a speculative pick, it's interesting. I would, you know what? Let's just take the Wanderer here and see how it goes.
Prepare yourself.
For more proliferates.
Or proliferate's good. Thundering Ceratok's not bad. I'm actually just more inclined to take the Gateway Plaza.
Really, over the Ceratok?
Yeah, fixing is pretty good in this set, but you do want it.
I
this-
don't hate Martyr for the cause. Like, I'm not saying over a Gateway Plaza, but I don't hate
For
this
sure.
card.
For sure.
It's not.
He definitely has
I think it's the second best Baron standard. Well, the second best. No, I'm overqualifying here, but I'm just thinking of what's the one from Guilds of Ravnica that's just got First Strike and Mentor, and it's like, this card's amazing.
Right. No, for sure.
Yeah, let's take the
I'm in
Gateway
for Gateway
Plaza.
Plaza.
That
Yeah.
helps with a splash. No.
So Tybalt's Rager, Enforcer Griffin. So we're kind of at odds here, right? Once more, we can kind of start leaning into the red or keeping with the white.
White seems pretty open. But
Yeah, Enforcer Griffin's pretty reasonable. I would.
Pouncing Lynx does pretty good work.
It does.
But
I would take the Griffin here.
you think so? Over the Rager or Catharsis?
You know what? Let's take the Rager. Let's take the Rager and speculate on it. Rager's pretty good. And if we start seeing a lot of red cards, we might be able to just splash the Wanderer. All right.
This is a solid card. Though I also like Ujin's Conjurant.
Ugin's Conjurant's interesting. I do think it's the pick here because we have Evolution Sage, but it's not as good as its normal variant, which doesn't have the second line of text on it,
Yeah,
because it actually shrinks in response to blocks, right?
right. But
I would still take it here.
Yeah.
I would still take it here. It's Polius. It's fine.
Well, hey, we can
This
get
is
the...
a pretty easy crawl stinger.
Yeah, it's a good blocker. Oh, hey,
There you go. Well, we know that green seems to be open at least.
yeah.
You can take Return to Nature as a sideboard card, or Scale Crocodile is pretty replaceable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, second Return to Nature.
Oh yeah. What am I doing? Actually, the sideboards matter here.
They do.
Getting there. All right. Oh.
All right. Well, we know what our colors are. There's a lot of
this
good cards. Strike is absurd.
This is an absurd card too.
That card is very good. Yes, and we're gonna try and what we're going to do here is we're going to take a Johnny the Greathearted and try and hope that Law Rune Enforcer and Wanderer Strike.
Or yeah, one of the two.
It's worth noting that a Johnny the Greathearted is particularly good for our deck because it puts 1/1 counters on all of our creatures, which is a great way to enable our evolution stage. I actually like Kiora here.
Oh, I didn't even notice her. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kyora's amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna play her off of a single green, and being able to get some card draw while ramping a bit is very useful for our deck. If you look at our curve, we have a lot of 5 drops, we have some 4 drops. I like Kiora here.
Yeah.
Not to brag, but my friend's kind of a big
Oof, Pledge of Unity is just what we're looking for.
Pledge of Unity's good. Samot's not bad, but definitely Pledge
Samut's
of...
good. I do like Pledge of Unity. I think that's really where our deck is going.
Yeah. That means we need more creatures now, really badly.
Right. A Trusted Pegasus is
Oh yeah.
very good, and I think we should play it. Okay. So we have a couple options.
I don't
here.
hate Vivian's Grizzly.
Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with Vivian's Grizzly. Let's
Though
do that. I like Vivian's Grizzly. Depending on how creature heavy we are, it can start being draw later in the game.
Yeah, it's true. All right.
What we're really looking for is Law Rune Enforcer is very good.
Yeah.
I think Law Rune Enforcer is a little bit better than Makeshift Battalion.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
Okay.
I really like Teo's Light Shield.
I'm not thrilled with Teo's Light Shield, honestly. I think Ugin's Conjure's a little bit better,
Sure.
but I don't think it's so much better. Like, if you really like Teo's Light Shield...
No,
I
mean, what's its floor? Is a 1/4 for 3, and otherwise it can make something that's already fairly decent even better. But no, I agree. Yeah. Ugin's Conjuring is probably the best pick here because of its flexibility.
Right. The Angel's very cool. I love the art. I think the Pegasus here is really what we're looking for, though.
You make me sad with your wise words.
I know. I also think we are in for taking Tilbult's Rager and putting it in the side.
Yeah, at this point. Alright. Oh, that Angel, though.
So we're really hoping that the Wanderers strike wheels. Let's cross our fingers, huh? Okay, I don't know which pack this is, but I think we can pretty easily just sideboard steady aim. Maybe we'll mainboard it. Who knows? Okay. None of these are particularly appealing. We could take Heartfire. Maybe we can find use for it. But
I was thinking Gideon's Sacrifice in the sideboard if they've got a lot of damage-based removal or whatever.
Sure, you can do that.
Actually, let me see something real quick.
Going into pack 3, I think our deck is pretty great. We have 2 really good rares. We have some really good uncommons.
All right, here we go.
Oh yeah, let's go for Martyr of the Cause. Now this is a situation where I'm happy with Martyr of the Cause.
Yeah. So we missed Wanderer Strike, but that's fine.
We missed Wanderer Strike.
I'm gonna take this guy just because I like him so much, and it
Sure.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
In the end, it didn't even matter. Oh, here we go.
You can take that. I would sideboard him, but we might want him to increase the creature count.
Sideboard that.
That's probably not going to work. Okay, what do we have here?
We got Jace. I can cast him with my Gateway Plazas.
That's right. I like Challenger Troll again. It's just very strong. It's a big guy. Either that or Thundering. No, I like Challenger Troll here.
It's so good.
Perfect. Paradise Druid. We literally could not ask for a better card.
Yeah. I like Whatley's Son's Heart, but not for this deck.
Right. Jave's Greeting's also good. Probably the best removal. Ooh, Arlen Voice of the Pack. Don't mind if I do. I am happy
you think so?
to. Yeah. She makes 3/3/3s with counters on them.
That's true. Giant Growth is also pretty solid.
Giant Growth is good. Maybe we'll get it back.
Leave my territory, or I'll remove
Come on.
We're not in for a third one.
But what if we were?
If we were, then she would be great. Take Forced Landing. If you look at our curve, if you go to the gear on top and then go to the thing right next to the gear, you can change the deck layout. And as you can see, we're pretty reasonably heavy on top end. I'm not really looking for another 6-drop, honestly.
And we're definitely good on 3
I'm not
drops.
really looking for an Enforcer Griffin, right?
So
I guess we could take the Enforcer Griffin. It's between that or the Forced Landing. Let's just take the Griffin, sideboard it. We'll see how it.
You sure? I mean, Forced Landing's pretty solid. If they get,
that's true. Take the Forced Landing.
It's basically removal for someone's aerial bomb.
You're not wrong.
Vivian's
well, I would sideboard Forced Landing first off.
Yeah.
All right, let's count up our creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 creatures currently. I think we should take Vivian's Grizzly here. New Horizons is good, and I think we would take it normally, but we do want to up our creature count. I'm in for Gideon's Triumph.
Yeah, we don't have a Gideon, but
yeah, I do think we want as much removal as possible. It's not great removal, and I don't think it's better than like Davriel. I think Davriel is the best card in the pack, but what can you do? Second Snare Spinner's great. I'm happy to.
Yeah.
Let me think. We can take our third Gateway Plaza here.
Yeah, sure. You sure? I mean, we're pretty basic on our colors. All right.
Give me 1 second.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry. I'm going to mute that end of it, so you're not hearing poor Avi. Oh, you're back?
Battalion.
All right, you turn into a static monster for a moment.
All right, these are all pretty medium. You can take Return to Nature. We're not gonna run a third. We're not gonna run any of these, honestly. You can just take whatever.
Return to Nature actually has.
I don't like Iron Bully here. We have enough card quality that we don't need it. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, this was the other thing that he had on his Nicol Bolas.
Oh, gross. Alright, keep taking him.
Yeah, it was. Also, I had Mulligan to 5. It was not a great game.
And sideboard it. Alright, let's see what we wind up having here. So we're at 41 cards.
Oops. I saw a flashy thing and had to click it.
For sure. Let's click the bar graph.
We're a little heavy on 3 drops.
We're a little heavy on 3 drops. We have 16 creatures. Good. Go back. Click the thing next to the gear so we can see what our curve looks like. Okay. Can you click the... Let's see.
Oh, well, here's part of our problem is I think we have too many lands.
17 is about the average.
Why did I read that as 20? Oh, Lord. I'm a mess.
Click the arrow forward.
The arrow...
Let's see what else we have in our pool.
Oh, yeah.
Keep clicking forward. Okay, all things considered, I think we probably might have wanted to take the Griffin in the end.
Yeah.
But that's fine. You can get rid of the Crawl Stinger. We're not very defensive, and it's a very poor body for what we are. I think it's just a worse everything.
Yeah.
I think this is a pretty good deck, though, actually. We have, our removal is a little light, but
we do have 2
average
Wanderers.
card quality is very high. Well, our average card quality is very high. We can sit on a Johnny. We can, we have bombs in the Awakening of V2 Gazi and a Johnny. Yeah, I like this deck a lot.
Cool.
I think it's pretty sweet.
Alright, well, thank you. And you can always check me out on my YouTube channel and see how it turned out.
Heck yeah. Looking forward to it.
Alright, well, everyone, I'd say this is going to be the video, and the next videos we will just jump right into the gameplay, and hopefully we'll have many interesting games to play. See you all then.
Sounds like fun.